What's happening, people? Welcome to this episode of Everything 9000. What's happening, Ishan?
I'm good, man. Let's just get straight into it.
Yeah, today I want to talk about, it's something that happened a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but, it's an evolving story. There was an update yesterday, and I'm sure there'll be more updates to come. I want to talk about travisscott Astroworld concert.
Yeah.
The big news was there was sort of a crowd surge, there were fatalities. I think 10 people have passed away so far.
People rushing security.
There's been loads of stories floating around, this happened, that happened. I just want to unpack some of it. I'll get straight into it with some facts. These are the facts, right?
Yeah.
It was a sold out show in Houston, in Texas. 50,000 people attended. Hundreds of people were injured. 10 victims, like I said, aged between 9 and 27, I believe. Since then, there's been loads of talk. Did travisscott know? Should he have done more to stop, the concert at that point? Obviously, Drake was also on stage.
Yeah.
Loads of people are, throwing accusations. They incited it. There's some bits where travisscott has, he was heard saying, let me put it up here.
I thought there were videos as well where he could see people like the ambulance in the crowd or something, and he just continued performing.
Well, see, this is the thing. So, at one point, travisscott, he stopped when he saw people in distress. He said, "Look, your security, somebody help real quick." He said that into his microphone, but at the same time, like, there are literally videos of where he can see the ambulance.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, we're going to turn up, this, that.
Yeah.
He carries on.
Yeah.
Now, since then, lawsuits have been compiled. There's been one class action where literally hundreds of people together have been put into a class action against travisscott. They've obviously pulled in all of the organisers, I'll load it up here, the Apple, they've been put into the claim, travisscott himself, Drake, the security organisers, the medical team, the people that actually laid out the concert. So, usually what happens is whoever's got the deepest pockets, they'll just be added onto the claim.
Yeah.
But, travisscott himself has come out and Kyliejenner, I think, storied a response with him. And they were like, look, if we would have known, let me find the exact words because I don't want to get this wrong, I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would we have continued filming or performing, obviously, if they'd have known. But what do you think?
I'm trying to let's see it from travisscott's perspective, right? He likes making the crowd riot, and he likes that mosh pit kind of vibe and all that. Maybe he did see. If we go down a conspiracy route, people are saying that this guy's fully into worshipping the devil and shit. There's so many things where he actually wants to see that kind of stuff. I think he released something quite recently that looks like a cover of a comic. Have you seen this?
I've not seen that, no.
Yeah, but so many things he knew.
Sorry, just to cut you off there, literally what you're going off on TikTok. There was so many videos circulating saying, this ain't a festival, this is a sacrifice, this is satanic.
Yeah.
There was one comment that said the music industry is demonic and collects souls. That got 34,000 likes. And TikTok took these videos down. But there was a whole wave.
But you know what? There's always been that kind of narrative with hip hop music. About 10, 15 years ago, there was this whole craze that, Illuminati, Freemasonry, and people didn't even know what they were talking about. They're like, oh man, you sold your soul, all this shit.
Yeah. I've got your phone here. Let's see if I can remember your code. 170460C. That's Ishan's phone code. If you want to ever go into his phone, yeah. All right, I want you to watch these videos now.
Yeah.
We'll put the video on the actual, the video so you guys can see it too.
Yeah.
It's from TikTok. It was a person that was at the concert himself. He's showing footage of what was going on then. I want you to watch the whole video. I know at times here it goes into it just blurs out for a few seconds, but just watch the whole thing.
Fine.
Yeah.
My Astroworld experience.
Yo, watch out! Watch out for yourself!
There's one more video of 15 seconds. So, you know, before I get your immediate reaction, you know, literally people are recalling there being unconscious bodies all over the place, crowd surging, people are struggling to stay on their feet, ambulance there, just chaos.
That's really fucked up. You know, the thing is, I've been to so many concerts in my lifetime, from Jay-Z to Kanye to Drake to Tyler the Creator, and I've been in really, really rough crowds. I recall Tyler the Creator also inciting people to push people around and beat each other up, and we're talking about a venue. I think I saw Tyler at like in Shepherd's Bush, so like very, very small. I was gonna say, how many people at this festival? I imagine the numbers to be drastic. When you have that many people being incited by someone, things are gonna be so much worse. That video was kind of like horrific. Like, it was really fucked up. You know, you got people screaming. There was, towards the end of the video, there was someone unconscious on the floor. Literally. And like, I don't know, is that what really a festival's about? Normally festivals are about like promoting like happiness. There's no happiness and stuff like that. And you know what? If like Travis Scott has that platform, well, he does have a responsibility of making sure that his fans, people that are paying to see him, at least safe, at least responsible. You know, there's one thing gassing up a crowd and everyone having a good time, but that's crossing the line. Like mosh pits and everything, it might sound fun, but people get hurt, and like that's taking it a bit too far. So I definitely think that, I mean, who really knows if Travis did see these things? They could have been there. Maybe people could argue was he too focused on his performance? Who knows? But the thing is, you know, things need to be done. And like one thing like that didn't really sit right with me about this whole thing, like obviously I think everyone knows that I'm like the biggest ever Drake fan, and like Drake posted like a statement on his Instagram a few days later after the event, and all I was thinking was like, Drake, is that it? Like, people just lost their lives, you have a platform, like you're living cushy in your like $1 million crib in Toronto or like wherever you are, and that's it. I mean, who knows, they might be doing more work behind the scenes, but I was a bit like, what the hell, man? Yeah,
I mean, Travis Scott issued his apology. It's a black and white video, it went pretty viral. To be honest, it ended up being a trend on TikTok for people just taking the piss. Like,
what do you
he wasn't being serious enough in his apology.
What do you think should have been done or can be done to prevent shit like this?
Well, there's a load of factors, because obviously, you know, we say there was 50,000 people that went to the concert.
That's a lot.
But you know, I think because of the lack of security, people are blaming the lack of security.
Yeah.
Obviously, loads of people just went in. I don't know if Houston is Travis Scott's hometown, but I do know it's a special place for him. And, you know, he's very sort of, he's in touch with the crowd there. So it's like, you know, if Jay-Z was in New York,
yeah,
similar response, people just would want to go.
You know,
no excuse, they just want to be there.
You know, I mean, it's very, and here's another thing, I think it's very easy for everyone to blame people like Travis Scott and Drake, but I think the public also should be taken into account. Like, you might love Travis Scott, right? But the security at the event are just people like you doing their job. They don't need to be rushed. If Travis Scott tells you to do that.
There was a rumour flying around that one security guard had like literally something injected into his neck or something. I don't know, these are all allegations floating around, but
I mean, shit like that's fucked up as well. Like, if you've got thousands of people rushing security, what are we just disregarding the security's feelings now? They got rushed. Like, so yeah, should there be more security at these concerts? I mean, I think so, but at the same time, that's just one side. I think people need to be more responsible and realize that they're also part of the problem. Yeah. It's okay to rave safely. You know, pushing people, like, there's always, like, the latest was what, a little kid basically died.
Ezra.
He was
9 years old.
Yeah.
And like, people were shocked, you know, a 9-year-old. Some were saying, well, should a 9-year-old be...
I was about to say, in the UK we have a policy, you have to be over 16. You have to be over 16. So, I mean, are these the laws of America? That's really young.
A story to come out of regarding, his family. So obviously, after the concert, he went into a coma in hospital. Later, he passed away. Travis Scott is obviously, like you mentioned earlier, what should he be doing to sort of help the situation? Well, he offered to pay for the funeral costs for those that have died. This family have denied that they don't want it.
Yeah.
They've said, we don't want those funeral expenses from you. Don't know. It's a story that's evolving. Travis Scott and Astroworld organisers, Cactus Jack, etc. They've all been sued for $750 million. This is big, man.
That's fine though. It just come out of Kylie's pocket. No, but you know what? Yeah, cool. He's offered to pay for the funeral, but from the family that's just lost their son,
irreplaceable.
What's that gonna do? It's nothing. I just think the whole thing is incredibly tragic, and I think that people need to. While I really think that Travis is responsible for a lot of the blood on his hands, I think everyone needs to start thinking, what can we collectively do to prevent things like this? Because it's not all his fault.
Yeah, but I don't know. There were similar videos floating around. So Adele had a concert in the UK, and there was a similar instance where there was an ambulance there. She literally just stopped the whole concert. She was talking to her, look, guys, can we make sure people, ambulance can get there? Everything's seen to. She kind of seemed to make sure everything was fine. Then they carry on. The impression really was from the Travis Scott concert was, he could see the ambulance there. He could see there's stuff going on.
He just didn't care.
Well, how much did he care? Did he care? We don't know. That's only he can really speak to that. But that's the impression people get. So, is he to blame? Is he not to blame? Is Drake to blame? The organisers? Who's to blame here? And should there even be blame? What's going on, man?
I don't know. Didn't Drake only come out for a few songs?
Yeah, but whilst it was happening.
Yeah.
Some people didn't get medical attention for 40 minutes. They were unconscious on the floor. You've seen the video.
It was crazy, man. You have to also think from... Yeah, I don't know.
That video to me, when I saw that video, I felt as though I was there and there's panic.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen, people being crushed. And, 10 people passed away, but hundreds were injured.
Yeah, but then, if you're Travis Scott and he's inciting all this, from his perspective, everything's going to look like a panic anyway. That's what he wants to see. So how is he going to distinguish, if they're having fun or they're dying? Loads of people in the mosh pit, get pushed over, get on the floor, they just get back up. Maybe he's thinking they haven't got back up yet. But then he needs to think, should he be inciting that in the first place? And I think that's a really big question. To what extent do you incite these things? Do you incite those things in a crowd where there are thousands and thousands of people?
Is this putting you off going concerts in the future?
No. However, from my personal experiences, when I watched everyone, I had this craze of we're getting to the concert 5 hours early. Me and all my boys were going to be at the front of the queue. And I promise I've never rushed no security, nothing, never in my whole life. Okay, but what happens is people start rushing. I think when it was Jay-Z or Drake at Finsbury Park Wireless, right? And I was thinking, holy shit. So we started running too. And it was is that what humans do? Do we just follow the crowd? But I think as a collective, we need to do better. But for those reasons, if I ever saw Drake again right now, or anyone, I don't want to be standing. I've gone past that phase. I've gone past the point of getting beaten up, getting thrown on the floor. The Tyler, the Creator concert I went to was the worst thing ever. I literally had bruises on my ribs. It wasn't enjoyable at all.
A lot of people will, going forward, they'll prefer seated.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't want to go standing anymore because, just the risks. Obviously, COVID doesn't help as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a lot more atmosphere there, but at what expense? If it's expense like that, I wouldn't voluntarily go and be a part of that. I would much rather chill on the side, enjoy whoever I'm going to see, and that's it. I mean, what about you? How do you feel?
I don't know. And I during the pandemic, all that time I was like, concerts have been cancelled. I just can't wait to go to a concert. This has just put a bit of a sour taste in the mouth.
Yeah.
Don't know. Let's see what happens of this lawsuit because this is big. There's obviously been consequences for Travis Scott. His footwear deals. Products that were going to release via Nike. They've been stopped, halted for now. Obviously, I'm sure his image has been tainted by this. But let's see where this resolves.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it from me, unless there's anything else you want me to say.
I was going to say it's also really important to think if with Travis Scott, are these things are they regular occurrences with this guy, or is it just a one-off? From my understanding, Travis Scott's a guy who quite often likes seeing the crowd go crazy. So I think he really needs to chill out, because this is where it's gone too far. You know, I was meant to go Rolling Loud in Portugal that got cancelled because of COVID, and in the comment section, everyone was just saying, we want Travis. So it's kind of crazy for him. He's got like a cult-like following, but I think his fans, they really need to relax, because lives are on the line, and that's not worth any of this shit.
Travis, chill out. All right, that's all from us.
Yeah.